So, with only 4 days remaining until the second phase of version 5.7, and with the Mavuika and Emilie banners right around the corner, whether you're planning to pull now or saving up for the upcoming 5.8 banners, or even the first wave of Nod Cry characters, one thing has become absolutely clear. This is the moment to count every single Primogem you can still farm. Because let's be real, Phase 2 is your last shot to get Mavuika or Emilie before the next region drops. And in this video, we're going to calculate exactly how much you can still farm for them in this second phase of 5.7. It might not be a lot, but every pull counts, especially if you're trying to snipe a meta-defining DPS before they disappear for who knows how long. But before we dive into the numbers, I just want to take a second to say thank you. We finally reached my dream goal of 10,000 subscribers. That's a number I never thought I'd hit, and it's all thanks to you guys, everyone who's been liking, commenting, sharing their polls, helping out other players in the comments. It honestly means the world. This community is something really special. And now, we're already setting sights on the next milestone, 15,000. If you're new here or you've been watching without subbing, I'd love for you to join us. Let's hit that next goal together. Now, let's break it down. Starting with the basics, dailies. You'll get 60 Primogems per day for the rest of 5.7. With 21 days in Phase 2, that gives us 1,260 Primogems just from dailies. No surprises here, it's consistent, reliable, and adds up. Next, let's look at quests. There were a bunch of new quests added in 5.7, which could give up to 340 Primogems in total. But let's be honest, most of you have probably done the majority of them by now. So I'm only calculating about 100 extra Primogems here from leftover quests you might not have finished. A small bonus, but better than nothing. Now, what about Spiral Abyss? We get one full reset during Phase 2, and that means 800 Primogems, assuming you can clear the higher floors with 3 stars. If you've been slacking on Abyss, this is your reminder to get on it. It's still one of the biggest free sources of Primogems, and it's completely in your control. Unfortunately, there's no Imaginarium Theater reset this time. Those only happen at the start of each month, and we already got the reset in Phase 1. So don't count on getting any more Primogems from that source in this phase. Same story with Stygian Onslaught. The mode won't reset until version 5.8, so it's already locked in. No Primogems from that event for now, sadly. As for trial runs, make sure to do them. You'll get 20 Primogems each for trying out Mavuika and Emilie, so that's 40 Primogems in total. It only takes a few seconds and gives you a chance to actually feel out the characters before pulling, which can be really helpful if you're on the fence. No Paimon Shop reset either. It's already refreshed in Phase 1 and won't come back again until the start of next month, which is after this version ends. So again, no bonus pulls from Stardust this time around. But let's talk about events, because this is where things get a little more interesting. We still have 2 events left in Phase 2. The first is Reminiscent Regimen, Frenzy, which runs from July 14th to July 24th. It's a co-op combat challenge where 4 players each play 1 character and work together to defeat waves of enemies. It's a chaotic but fun mode that requires good coordination and team composition. This event rewards you with 420 Primogems upon full completion, so it's definitely worth participating, especially if you enjoy multiplayer content. The second event is called Fearsome Ferocious Firepower, and it runs from July 21st to July 29th. This one is more of a casual, arcade-style challenge where you take control of a turret-like cannon and shoot at incoming enemies, mostly slimes and similar targets. It's less intense than the co-op combat event, but still offers some engaging gameplay and reflex-based aiming challenges. Just like the previous event, completing all the stages in this one will also net you another 420 Primogems, bringing some much-needed free wishes to close out the patch. That's 840 Primogems from events, not too shabby considering we're this late in the version already. And both events look like they'll be relatively short and easy to complete. Then we have promo codes. We're getting one special program during Phase 2, the 5.8 livestream, which will reward 3 codes worth 100 Primogems each, totaling 300 Primogems. On top of that, we sometimes get surprise 60 Primogem codes sprinkled throughout a version. I'll be conservative and say we get just one in Phase 2, another 60 Primogems. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, because I always post those codes as soon as possible when they drop, and they expire super fast. Now, let's total everything up. If you're playing fully free-to-play, you're looking at a total of 3,400 Primogems in the second half of version 5.7. That's around 21 pulls. Not exactly a fortune, but it's still enough to get a shot at Mavuika or Emilie if you've got a bit of pity built up or some luck on your side. And if you've got the Welkin Moon active during this time, you'll get an additional 1,890 Primogems. That brings your grand total to 5,290 Primogems, or roughly 33 pulls. Still not a massive number, but definitely better. So yeah, this is looking pretty rough for free-to-play players. And yes, 21 pulls, that's really all that is left to farm for Mavuika and Emilie in Phase 2. You could also argue that this phase doesn't fall on a first day of the month, so no Imaginarium Theater reset and no Paimon Shop reset either, which would normally bring in 1,600 extra Primogems combined. On the brighter side, we'll be getting way more Primogems in version 5.8. But for this final stretch, we just have to settle for what we've got. Let's round out the video by giving you some actual pulling advice. Mavuika is currently the strongest DPS in the game. Absolutely cracked. If you don't have a proper Pyro DPS like Arlecchino or Hu Tao, you should definitely consider pulling for her. She's fast, hits hard, and even brings insane overworld mobility with her motorbike. A great pickup for both meta and exploration. Emilie, on the other hand, is much more niche. She really only shines in burning teams, and ideally with Kinich. If you do have Kinich, she's practically a must-pull. The synergy is just too good. But if you don't have him or another proper burning DPS, Emilie loses a lot of her value. So think twice before pulling if you're missing that core piece of the team. That said, this is just my opinion, and it's coming from a pure meta perspective. At the end of the day, you should always pull for who you like. Don't get pressured by tier lists or people telling you what's best. Genshin is a long game, and having fun with the characters you enjoy is always the right move. Let me know in the comments, are you pulling for Mavuika or Emilie? Or are you saving everything for Anefa, the new characters in 5.8, or maybe even the first wave of Nod Cry units in version 6.0? I always love reading your comments and seeing your plans. You guys honestly crack me up sometimes with how lucky or unlucky your pulls are. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.